So up until now, Chris Tyson was separated from MrBeast in regard to these allegations in regard to a Discord where Chris Tyson had been proven to be messaging minors in very inappropriate ways. Up until now, we didn't have the full logs, but they were just released, and they include proof that MrBeast not only was aware of this Discord, but actively participated in it. Now, I'm going to be completely blunt with you guys. This entire situation is really deplorable, and in some degrees, it's getting to me a bit. Talking to children this way is bad. Shout out to Cam Nuggets here. He's been covering these situations really quickly as they've come out, so really, really big kudos to him. He was the first place that I saw that showed that MrBeast was included in these logs. He searched up penis, and this is what ended up coming out. MrBeast is referencing Chris's willy size, which means that MrBeast was in the Discord and actively communicating with them and talking about these things with children in the Discord. To top this all off and to get that plausible deniability out there that Jimmy wasn't aware of their ages, we have multiple logs showing the people in the Discord telling people their ages. Here's one. It's Hayden, even though I'm 14, I know I won't go through that, LMAO. And this is Chris just directly communicating with them. And then here's another one with Daddy Lug saying, I don't know who any of you are, and this is confusing and scary. I'm only 12. Now look, could one of them have been joking about their age? Maybe. I see the second one being written as I'm confused and scared. I'm only 12. Like, I can see how maybe someone would write that as a joke, but at this point, we have confirmed multiple times, even previously, that they knew that they were talking to minors. And this is just for the sake of confirming that MrBeast was aware of that when we're seeing this alleged MrBeast username in the Discord. Not only that, but we have even Chris saying, haha, MrBeast joins in to comment on my penis size. I love it. Here again is that MrBeast comment in its totality here, starting with, no, he's not. His penis isn't big enough. I know his penis size from MrBeast, and it's huge. Hayden directly responding to Beast, like in response, Beast, are you gay? That moment you deep throat. Discount responds back, and then Chris has that message, haha, joins in the comment to my penis size. Thank you, Internet Anarchist, for having like the full setup for that. Real quick, just wanted to chime in here. A lot of people were trying to figure out whether or not the MrBeast account seen in the logs was the actual MrBeast account. And we do have confirmation. There was a community note put on it, which turned out not to be true. They were saying it wasn't verified. So he had two accounts. The one that is shown in the Chris Tyson leaks, or MrBeast's old account, originally named MrBeast 6451. His new account was created in March of 2024. He renamed that old one to Jack and the Goat #0, which is the current owner of the MrBeast Discord. Just so we're all clear, this was figured out. As you can see, Jack and the Goat, that's the owner. Just wanted to show everyone, make sure we covered that. Thank you. For me, that is a huge proof that that's connected. Now, this is going to continually get worse. Here's Chris dropping Shadman's website into the Discord. Lava, the person who said that none of this had happened and then later walked it back, saying to Chris, you have a massive penis. And Chris, hopefully joking again, just put my nudes in NSFW. This is Chris egging on the person who said that they were 12 years old, says she's a lolly, never proved it. I think not. I haven't proved it in this chat. FBI has joined the chat using that meme again. I know I'm using Wikipedia, but you can also Google this yourself. You're going to see the same definition across the board. But lolly most often refers to a young or young-looking girl character in Japanese anime and manga. So just so we're clear, Chris has repeatedly confirmed that they're into lolly, like sexually into lolly, which is just underaged childlike looking characters that are drawn in that manner. It's technically not illegal because it's art, but morally absolutely bankrupt. Chris referencing someone as lolly, saying that they're jealous, etc., asking for snaps. Wait, do I have your personal snap or public? Here is what seems to be them dropping some sort of attachment, and Chris saying she's only 14, damn. And then Moofy, what did you think she was? 16 and legal in some states, of course. And then someone else, if she's 14, I'm 14. Not a good look. In reference to, it's Hayden who said that they were 14. Chris responds to them. Hayden says, I donate if I had money. Chris responds, it's okay, baby, I love you, to a 14-year-old. Now keep in mind, there is like 500,000 logs that were dropped. So there's no way that we have fully combed through all of it. This has just been in the span of, not even 24 hours. Across the board, this is absolutely vile, and at worst is directly implicating MrBeast in all of this. So at the very least, he was on this Discord. At the absolute worst, he was aware of what's going on and repeatedly interacted with those people and knew their ages. And that unfortunately seems to be like the more likely answer. Tie all of that together with the fact that we do have a confirmed former employee employee who made an entire expose proving that they are engaged in very shady business practices, including illegal lotteries for children. And I don't think the MrBeast brand is going to be around much longer. Now, I have a few things to say because I've been covering this as these things have come out. Number one, I had made a previous video covering MrBeast and pretty much saying that, hey, he was making edgy jokes in a podcast, and at the time, there were no connections to him interacting with children in any way like Chris was. That still holds to be true. I don't hold anything that Chris or Jimmy at the time were saying in the company of other adults. The issue is when we start getting proof that they're talking to minors. So just so we're all on the same page, this is vile. This is disgusting. And to find all of this out about MrBeast and what he was engaged in after the response of him saying that what he saw Chris doing or what had come out about Chris was disturbing and disgusting, you can't trust anybody, I guess. But number two, this is for everybody here. This is mainly to the other people that do commentary and cover these stories like I do. We cannot disservice ourselves with conflating what is just straight up grooming versus what is edgy. I really want us to focus on making sure that what we're finding and what we're bringing forth as evidence is something that isn't something else. Now, I could end up being a hypocrite because I haven't fully covered. We haven't, like, with an absolute certainty confirmed that these logs are true. It's looking very likely, but it's looking like it is. It really starts to bother me when we're bringing up as evidence for Chris or MrBeast doing something disturbing or saying inappropriate things to kids. I don't like when we end up bringing up memes or copy pastas. First example, Chris, this got brought up on like Drama Alert. Keemstar already has a history of sometimes just framing things poorly because he doesn't have all the information, or maybe he's doing it maliciously. I don't know. Chris Tyson allegedly describing an anime plot sexualizing a high school girl. I got this new anime plot. Basically, there's this high school girl, except she's got huge boobs. I mean, some serious honkers, real setup and yada yada. This is a meme. More specifically, this copy pasta and meme.
I got this new anime plot. Basically, there's this high school girl, except she's got huge boobs. I mean, some serious honkers. A real setup of donkers. Packing some Doban honkeros.
I guess the thing that frustrates me about when this happens is I'm worried that the people that are needing to be held accountable are going to grab on to these instances of us just grabbing onto copy pastas or memes that they're throwing out and use that as a life preserver, saying, we were just joking. You know, nothing wrong was committed here. We have a lot of overwhelming information that really proves the opposite of that. In the course of this video, I could have covered a clip or a piece of a log that was also a meme. I could be wrong and a hypocrite, but things that are really blatant like that, or at least something I perceive, really reminds me that my biggest focus is I want to make sure that beyond a shadow of a doubt, we make sure that everyone's on the same page about the fact that this is just straight up grooming. I'm just going to go off of Wikipedia because, again, I looked through it. This is pretty much, in essence, every definition that I found. Sexual grooming is the action or behavior used to establish an emotional connection with a major and sometimes the child's family to lower the child's inhibitions with the objective of sexual abuse. And if you go into the examples specifically for non-violent offenders in regard to grooming, they cover things like to establish a good relationship with a child and the child's family. Child groomers might do several things. They might try to gain the child's or parent's trust by befriending them, which was seen across the board, with the goal of easy access to the child. And then if we go further down, commonly they show pornography to the child or talk about sexual topics with the child, hoping to make it easy for the child to accept such acts, thus normalizing the behavior. You are talking about things like this, and it is not an adult. It is grooming. You are normalizing that behavior and talking like that to those children. And we saw it point blank. I have a crush on you. I want your penis. You can have it right now. Over the course of me just being on YouTube in general since I was a kid up until now, I haven't seen such blatant acts of abuse. I mean, that is what this is. I'm genuinely nauseous covering this information. The main goal of this video is to make sure that this information gets out to anybody and everybody. And if you have the time, take any video. I don't care if it's mine. There are other people that have covered this with a much higher degree of quality to their information and how they provide that information. If you have any parents you know whose children watch MrBeast content, or you are that parent, please watch these videos. Please take a look, see what's going on, and make the appropriate decisions. Please do your research. You're allowed to make your own decisions, but I think this one is pretty clear. That's it for today. I will see you tomorrow.